Hi, I'm a virtual human created by Ziva Dynamics. I'm powered by state-of-the-art biomechanical simulation, and I'm running in real time in Unity. But enough about me. I have some even more amazing news to share with you today.
Both parties are really excited when there's like these little moments of magic.
Hey, what's up guys and welcome back to askNK. Today we have some interesting updates coming from the folks at Unity as they've just purchased Ziva Dynamics. Now we already know that last year Unity purchased a lot of companies and it was quite interesting. First off, one of the biggest purchases that they made last year that actually made a lot of noise was the fact that they purchased the VFX branch of Weta Digital. Now they purchased these, the tools, the VFX technology, everything. And prior to that, we did see an announcement from the folks at Weta when they announced the Weta H and also the Weta M. Now these were supposed to be cloud-based tool that would allow artists create and do lots of simulation on the cloud regardless of the device that you're working on. Now this was supposed to be released sometime within the first quarter of this year, or within the last quarter of last year. But we didn't get to see that coming. Probably the merger actually made that not to happen. But either ways, this was quite interesting. The folks at Unity did purchase a lot of other tools last year like Speed3, the Automatics, the Sync Sketch, and all of these are pretty nice. And they've added to that list this year with the purchase of Ziva Dynamics. Now, lots of you guys will probably be saying, oh, we know why they're doing this. They would like to compete with MetaHuman, but that is not the case. MetaHuman is a character creator, and Ziva, by default, is a sophisticated simulation and deformation solution. But either ways, let's get right into it. So, Ziva itself is a leading deformation and simulation tool for artists who would like to get real-time deformation for their games and also for movies. Ziva has actually become the new standard for high-quality character and creature work, and this has actually blurred the lines between art and reality for loads of films and games. And by acquiring Ziva, the folks at Unity are looking at democratizing Ziva's best-in-class tools to allow artists, regardless of skill level, to easily and quickly create digital characters unlike ever before. Now, this is just one of those places where I get to chip in and say, artists will not really be able to create real-time characters from scratch, as Ziva tool doesn't actually allow you to create characters. So far, what it does is it allows you make simulations on your character and creature models. Now, additionally, through the acquisition, the folks at Unity are looking at accelerating the process of bringing Weta's tool to real-time 3D through the cloud with both Weta M and Weta H as well, with other sets of Weta digital tools. And with the power of machine learning, they are looking at ways to integrate all of this. Now, Ziva has already taken the lead on this one, as they've already solved the task of bringing complex film quality characters and creature simulation to real-time 3D. Now together, along with the folks at Unity, they plan to make the creation of believable characters accessible to a wide range of platform and artists at scale. The folks at Unity also went ahead to mention that Ziva simulation data can be used to train creatures and characters of all kinds to perform in real-time environments using Ziva RT. And of course, if you go over to zivadynamic.com and go over to the product section, let's go through and check out things that are supposed to be in beta. If you go to the Ziva RT, you would notice that we have the Ziva bodies, the Ziva faces, and the Ziva clothing. Now, the Ziva bodies, I believe, is a project that is still in the future. It is probably not something that is currently available for the public to use, or maybe it's still in development. And of course, we also have the Ziva clothing, which I also think is something the folks at Insomniac Games are using for the Spider-Man suit. Now, this has a couple of interesting reads, and of course, if you like to read up on this one, you can proceed to do that. But what we have here that is currently in the works that everyone can actually test out or see a testament of what it can do is the Ziva faces. So this is the one that is available to everyone that we can see at this point. But these ones, you can also notice there's no hyperlink on them. There's no hyperlink on these ones. So these ones are still things that are in quotes progressively in development. But either ways, I do not think that these tools would be tools that would allow you create models from scratch or just give you access to tweaking things to create your models just like you could do with MetaHuman. I think for the most part, it is going to be more like what we have with the Ziva real-time face trainer. If we take a sample from what we have as a Ziva RT face trainer, what we have is this, that you have to set your model based off a certain topology, and the Ziva training tool, which is basically an AI tool, will train your model to have all full facial range motion, and essentially you'll be able to deform your model based off how the AI trained the model. But At the time of recording and all of this, there is no character creation tool from the folks at Ziva in sight, and I don't think it's something that is coming out anytime soon. But either ways, the Ziva RT, which is the face trainer, was designed to accurately reconstruct the behavior of nonlinear deformation within game engines, and of course you can tell for yourself by taking a look at the rendering in Unreal Engine and of course the rendering with Unity. This is pretty impressive. I mean, the facial performance is pretty impressive. Now, Ziva RT multi-layer classical machine learning model simply respects the constraints of the training inputs while consistently hitting predictable runtimes and lightweight memory allocation. And for those who would like to explore the Ziva RT, we've actually talked about this a whole lot on the channel. The Ziva RT truly provides unparalleled quality for real time, and you can go ahead and try it out yourself by simply signing up for the beta and keep your fingers crossed to see when you would be able to get in. Now, one other thing that the folks at Unity mentioned that makes a lot of sense to me is the fact that users will be able to have access to this, probably because it's going to be cloud-based, and this would work regardless of the GPU or CPU that they have. One thing that I would love to see is a character like this, regardless of the topology, being thrown into Ziva RT sometime in the future and get both fat muscle tissues and tendons done on the model with full joint rigging, and that would be marvelous. So with that said, there is also a bit of a brag the folks at Unity have here, and it reads, by acquiring Ziva, Unity now has access to even more of the best talent in the industry, and the executive team is lined with scientific and technical Academy Award winners with experts in VFX, physics, deformation, machine learning, and more. We are thrilled to be working alongside and learning from these incredible leaders. Now, this is nice, but one thing which I would always say is it doesn't matter the amount of tools you have. What matters is what you do with them. And of course, you can see a long list of persons that are now part of the artists that would be working on tools coming to potentially Unity, and hopefully we might see some development come to these tools, or we might just definitely see a revamped Unity totally in the coming future. And the last paragraph is sort of an interesting read that says, as we grow together, Unity and Ziva will continue serving the many innovative teams, creators, and engines that use our technology, while investing strongly into advancing the state of Unity tools and digital humans and creatures. And that's about it. The folks at Unity are now the proud owner of Ziva Dynamics, and it is quite interesting to see what the future holds for this tool. So for those who like to check up on this, you want to read it, I'm going to put a link in the description that can bring you right here. And of course, if you want to read more about Ziva, you want to see how the Ziva tool gets to work, the Ziva RT tool I mean, if you like to see how it gets to work, you want to see how to join the waiting list for the beta, and for those who would also like to get the free set of resources from the folks at Ziva, you can simply go over to the link in the description and check it out. It is also worth knowing that some of these resources that you'll be getting are only tied to full license holders, while tools like this or resources like this are free for everyone to get access to. Tell me what you guys think about this one in the comment section, and of course if you like this video or you like something from this, you can go ahead and give a like, and don't forget to share with a friend. And until I see you guys in the next one, peace. Yeah, that's the risk we take. It's a trip we ought to make, and it's alright.